WrestleMania. And that's coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Ellen.
I tell you, the guys over there scared me this morning. I didn't know whether to run or hide under the anchor's desk or what.
Well, it's quite a spectacular display of whatever it's quite a spectacular display of.
Now that we have their curiosity, what's the weather look like?
Weather looks like another blue, sultry Monday in Lake Charles with about...
Come down and join us this morning. He is going to talk about still, a WrestleMania art exhibit going on down at Abercrombie Gallery. Bill came in this morning maintaining that he is the Dr. Eric Von Sledgehammer, the Mad Professor, with his manager, valet, Exotic Zeno. I believe I said that right. Good morning to both of you.
What's good about it, Mr. White? What's good about it?
I'm not sure, Bill. Is there any truth to the rumor? I've heard that Dr. Jack Dolan's very upset with you. Your wrestling career, about 2.5 years now, he wants you to either get out of wrestling or quit teaching art.
Universal Wrestling. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, so what's wrong with a little moonlighting on the side? That's what I want to know. I think that Dr. Jack Dolan has a little bit of gall to tell me that I have to choose between my career in Mid-South or teaching art. I think he's a little jealous. I think that when I can pull in $100,000, you can count them, $100,000 in a year's time, just working on weekends, I think the president is a little upset because I'm pulling in more money than he is. Now, he's given me 2 weeks to decide whether I want to be an art teacher or a wrestler. Well, I have this to say. Jack Dolan, you're out of town for 2 weeks on a vacation, and while you're out of town, I have some extra events scheduled. 3 grudge matches. 3 grudge matches. These are not sanctioned matches. No, sir. There's a leather strap match tonight in the Abercrombie Gallery in the squared circle. I'm challenging John the Animal Vile. John, I know you're out there listening somewhere, and I'm ready to regain my championship. If it hadn't been a quick count, you wouldn't have got me the first time. And that was your uncle. That was your Uncle Carl Fergie that was calling the match. It was a quick count. But we'll settle that tonight in the Abercrombie Gallery. And one more thing. On Saturday night, we're having a lights-out Louisiana street fight. Deans only. 8 deans will enter the steel cage. Only 1 will walk out. And there must probably be a physician there to finally stop the fight. And those of you out there wanting to bet on this match, I'd put my money on fighting Joe Taylor, Dean from Liberal Arts. And then for the third challenge, and we have some money, we have $50,000 in this attaché case that Zeno keeps chained to her ankle. This is our mimeograph and supply money for the coming year, and I'm challenging any chairman of any art department in the state to enter this barbed wire event with me, a bullwhip on a 10-foot pole. And this doesn't matter, LSU, UNO, Louisiana Tech, you name the school, I'll meet you anywhere. Superdome, Cajun Dome, Burton Coliseum, Sunshine Bridge, wherever you want to fight, I'm ready to take you on. It can be a gymnasium in Crowley or Gaydon or Thibodeau, I don't care. I'm ready to put up. I say put up or shut up, you department heads from across the state.
Excuse me, Dr. Sledgehammer, you were recently disqualified from the Ruston Peach Festival Art Show in April.
Yes, and only for this. Look at this. The chairman of the Louisiana Tech Art Department, who was judging that crummy show, ran into the chair that I was holding in my hands. Now, he ran into that. 57 stitches, 3 weeks in the hospital, and I was disqualified for something as simple as that. Now, why? Why? Where's the justice?
Let's talk with Exotic Zeno here for it. Not to tick you off, Dr. Sledgehammer.
Mr. White, watch your hand. Don't touch my valet. Zeno doesn't speak. Zeno can only utter one word, but I can tell you the story of Zeno. On Lake Texoma, Cowboy Bill Watts found her in 1962. She was only 6 years old. She'd been raised by snakes and scorpions, and even to this day, she still has many of their spiritual characteristics. Some say she's the missing cousin of Jake the Snake Roberts. At any rate, Cowboy Bill Watts took her into his family, raised her as one of his own, taught her everything he knew about wrestling. She's managed some of the big names, the Missing Link, Big John Studd, and of course, Dr. Eric Von Sledgehammer was probably the most macho guy she's ever been around. But for 2.5 years, we've been doing the Oklahoma thing on weekends, so now Jack Dolan is upset.
I think Dr. Dolan is also upset. Some of the students have complained, Dr. Sledgehammer, ever since you got into the wrestling field, critiquing their artwork has become a problem. They don't like the way
Now first, let's who said that? What student said that? What student said this?
It's just
Do you have a name? Can you give me a name?
No, sir.
Well, I happen to I brought a piece of work to critique for you. Now, I don't know if the viewers can see this, but this is a very, some people might say it's a very nice piece of work. But there's good art and there's bad art. And any art that doesn't have wrestling on it in some way is bad art. Now, this is precious little girl that did this is a freshman from Wrigley, and she's spent all semester working on this, but I have to tell it like it is. This, to me, looks like bad art. No wrestling on it, and if wrestling is synonymous with life, therefore, this art does not relate to life. I get a second opinion. Zeno, what should we do about this little girl's piece of work? Thumbs down, Zeno says. Well, so much for that.
Dr. Sledgehammer, I think we're about out of time. They're giving me the rap saying.
No, attack. Not out of time, not this day. Let me tell you one thing out there. Tonight, in the Abercrombie Gallery, we're going to have Bone Crusher Larry Shue. We're going to have Baby Doll Kathy Olson. We're going to be there. And I want to tell all you pencil neck geeks over there in Beauregard Parish, if you can find a car that'll make it to Lake Charles, you come to the match tonight, 7 to 9, come dressed as you are. It's going to be a wonderful match, and you be there. Tough guy.